This is technically a more solemn, sad game, so wee, I say to the sad game. Just being kind of quiet. Since it's a VN, I do feel like I should be most silent. As strange as that is. There's a romance guide? To Lake of Voices? What? I didn't know this had romance in it. Okay. Well, that's news to me. I know this is fully voiced, which is interesting. So this will be our second ever visual novel that has been fully voiced. There we go. That white line was bothering me a bit. Hello, Cappy Bro! And hello, Marin! Oh, I hope your headache feels better. Please feel free to lurk. Yes, yes. Marin, thank you for the sunshine. It feels brighter in here already. Ads are actually gonna start soon. Oh no. I think I will wait until more people pop in. Wee. Just casually. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Doobie-doobie-doo-ba-doobie-doobie-doo-ba. How has everyone been? The headache sounds quite sad. I've noticed a lot of people have been getting headaches lately. Makes me kind of worried. I hope it's not because of something happening coming over. Ooh, number 3, and then 185. So you have chose the flower language book, Shade, and 185 is... Dang, I was so close to flipping to the right page right away. I was on 173. 185. There are multiple plants in this book, in this page. This one. Ooh. The locust rose. Symbolic meanings. Concealed love, elegance, friendship, platonic love, folklore and facts. They're also known as Robania flowers, and they're poisonous, by the way. Robania, or Robania, flowers grow on a tree as large, pendulous, thick clusters of pink or white blossoms. Yeah. Just from the illustration, they're quite beautiful. Oh, out of curiosity, would you like me to put the name of the plant in chat for you to look it up? I'll do that anyways. Let's put its scientific name in so that you can see see it right away instead of... Yeah. Boop! Because obviously it's also called a locust, but this is a flower we're talking about. I wonder what happens if you search locust flower. I know of lotus, but not locust. Locust flower. No, it's it says on. There we go, Romanian. They kind of look like white wisteria. Oh no, that does not look like wisteria. It has the same hanging vibes as wisteria though. Very pretty. Hello, Mozzie. What do you get when a chicken stares at lettuce? A chicken sees a salad. A chicken sees a salad. It is quite pretty. Ad break ends in 22 seconds. Okay, I think we're gonna read. I think we're gonna stop reading soon. So apologies to the people I am lurking on. I will mute you. Hopefully you will not. My PC will allow me to lurk still. My workplace has weird videos at the register, and every week they display a new joke. That's this week's joke. Oh my god, that's amazing. I love that, Mozzie. That's... I really do love that. Oh my god. Okay, but yeah. Let's start with Lake of Voices. I hope you're enjoying the wonderful, calming piano music. Hello, J-Bent! You have arrived just in time because this is a one-shot VN. I had to wait for people to arrive. I decided to wait for people to arrive. I don't know why I feel like I'm talking in an accent. I'm sorry. But yeah, apparently this is fully voiced. We're gonna go for all endings since my brother played this before and he said it took like him an hour to get all endings, so yeah, let's go. It made him cry, so I'm challenging myself not to cry. Oh no, I don't like this. It warned me about this. I don't like the fact that there are time choices. It is a very nice piano track. It's actually music from the game. It's beautiful. Choices. You'll need to make various decisions throughout Lake of Voices. Here are a few details to keep in mind. Certain choices are timed. If I scream during these choices, please know it's because it's stressful. Time running out isn't something to complete. Oh! Letting time run out is a choice. And sometimes it's the good choice. Okay. Kika has any special affection to another character or not. Okay, if you survive until the second night, we can die day one! You just have to hope there aren't any typing quick time events. I don't think it's that type of game. If I survive, okay. Are we gonna die a lot in the first night? The second night, the story will branch into one of 5 plot lines based on your earlier decisions. The other characters cannot manage all situations in the various plot lines, regardless of what you do. If a character isn't making it, try getting that plot with a different set of survivors, or having the same group of characters venture through some other storyline. Okay, so no matter what we do, someone is going to die. That's what it sounds like so far. Becoming closer to someone can add or remove future choice options and change how some scenes play out. Your decision to build that connection may not go unnoticed by other characters. Oh no. So and so will remember that you hugged Catherine. I feel like it is like an Until Dawn Walking Dead, like Telltale Walking Dead vibe, where it's like, if you choose to accompany said person to attic, they might have a higher chance or lower chance of dying. I feel like it's like that. Earning the full amount of affection with certain characters can require getting into specific plot lines. Okay. Page up key returns to the previous text/choice. T key opens full text history. And here we go. The game just crashed! We didn't survive the first night, boys. I was not expecting it to crash. Because we died at 1 second. Oh no, I didn't know. I know I was bad at VNs. I didn't know I was this bad. 3 streaks. Let's go. I was not expecting that. Oh. Dang, now I have to recenter this. Huh. Well, I guess that was Lake of Voices, everybody. Thank you for coming. I'm kidding. 5 Nights at Lakey is where you want to be. Just go to transform and click center? Transform and click center. I forgot it's on window capture and not on please. J-Bent, I am not intelligent. Boop. Thank you. I have found it. Okay, hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, now we can start. My grip on my lantern tightens as the fog around us thickens. While the forests in this area are relatively safe to Synalos, I can't help but feel my hair stand on end the further we get. Hello, Moldy! How are you? I hope you're doing well. Oh dear. But the character sprites are probably gonna be there. Should I disappear for this? Or should I be upside down? I don't want to cover the text. So, where should I go? I'm covering the text. Oh no. Oh no! I know I'm reading the text, but still. Let's be really mini. I'll be really tiny, Fern. I am your tiny little Bibbid narrator. This is where I live. No, this is where the character sprites are gonna be. That's why I can't go to the left. I don't want to cover the character sprites. That's why I'm assuming there's such a big gap there. Depending on how big the sprites are, I'll probably move myself there and make it look like I'm being cuddled by them. Okay. My grip on my lantern tightens as the fog around us thickens. While the forests in this area are relatively safe compared to Sinlos, I can't help but feel my hair stand on end the further we get. My free hand fingers the hilt of my sword, something akin to a nervous reflex.
Have you seen it before?
I have lied. Character sprites do not go there. I can live there. That can be my home. This hole was made for me. I believe it is. It's a medieval fantasy setting. Let me see if I can see all the tags on this. Casual horror, psychological horror, yeah, dark fantasy. Oh, we are a female protagonist. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Bemel. Bemel breaks the silence, either sensing my unease or assuaging his own. I hope it's the latter.
I haven't. I've had no reason to go near this cursed lake until now. What of you?
I need to move myself. Okay, so I'm assuming that's us. So I was right. Cuddle me, Kika. Cuddle me. Please hold me. Please hold me, Kika. Should Kika hold me? Should I have the cactus hold me? No, I think I'll go back to my corner. Okay. I'm back to my narrating corner. Sweetie, how did you get a stab wound? And you better clean it. I hope you're okay. Bemel scratches his chin casually, as though I asked what his favorite food is. Sir, how can you accidentally walk into a machete?
I traveled the long way around it once before. Not so pleasant. Something about it just frays your nerves. Although, even being near it is enough.
I hope you guys can hear the audio well. I was carrying cinder blocks and didn't see it. It was sticking out of a log, to be fair. Ah, okay. So I'm not the only one who feels it. A sense of relief hits me, but not enough to undo the buzzing of anxiety. The Lake Sinlos. Most try their best to avoid it all their lives. The hundreds who die attempting to cross its unearthly black water, dragged to death by the creatures lurking within, aren't a secret.
No wonder you were assigned this mission.
There are a few who had first-hand experience with the place, even from a distance. He'll probably keep being picked whenever they need someone to cross, for however long he's with us. Bemel shrugs, bringing my attention back to the dark path before us. Oh, the piano might be overpowering me a bit. Ah, that's a strong piano. Okay.
At least we're taking the bridge this time. It'll only take 2 days instead of double that, and the sooner this place is behind us, the better.
It would be preferable not to risk it. But time is of the essence. We don't really have a choice.
One of our allied villages, Hema, is being harassed by brigaders, a band of ruffians. We don't have many guards to send as an assist. Only Bemel and myself. The least we can do is arrive before we're too late to be of any use. These kinds of squabbles happen often, but have to be put down lest they turn into a blood grudge or all-out war. The last we heard, neither option was that far off.
I can also see why they chose you to come out here.
Did you just say that I am fitting to be sacrificed? Rude. I glance at Bemel, an eyebrow raised. A slight smile plays across his lips.
You're always so calm and so serious. Nothing can get to you. You're the best choice they had.
That's fair, Jabent. A smile now tugs at my own lips. I would like to thank him, but that wouldn't be so calm and serious as he just described. And if that's how he sees me, I'd like to keep it that way. My lack of reaction only makes his smile grow, and he chuckles a bit before refocusing on the path. I do the same. It wouldn't be right to let my guard down in a place like this. Bemel appears to feel differently, however.
You know the town on the other side of the lake, though. It's not so similar to ours. If all goes well, perhaps we'll have enough time to enjoy the new area.
For the most part, I ignore him, nodding when applicable. Bemel is a talkative sort, and if chatting helps keep his worries down, and his sword hand ready, I have no complaints. After a time, the thick fog surrounding us begins to clear. A slick wooden dock comes into view, and with it, sounds of water gently lapping at its sides. Knocking the neck muscle vision of viewing. My bad. I'm an unreliable narrator. Don't judge me. Bemel shifts beside me, stretching his lantern arm as far as it will go. He seems tense.
Someone's already here.
Damn, if they had their lantern positions in the same place, I could have been like their little lantern. Been like, ooh, I'm their little light that's leading their way. Am I leading them to the death or am I leading them to salvation? Ooh, okay, I'm sorry. Who is here? Oh, you're pretty. A young woman stands by the dock, eyeing us wearily. Does she intend to cross tonight? Evidently, she has the same question as we step next to her. It's clear she isn't simply passing by, she's waiting. The stranger nods critically to us.
Margaret.
Hello.
Kiga the Steadfast.
Bamile. Hello?
Why does she have his asses in medieval times? I guess that's a fan. Oh, glasses! Yeah, exactly. Fantasy glasses. There's a stuffy silence. Margaret turns to gaze out across the lake. Expression unclear, which not much to say, but Mel and I do the same. That's not whispering, that's straight up breathing. From here, the black surface of the lake looks disarmingly calm. Wind rushes across its surface, a sound like whispering. Though perhaps it actually is whispering. I concentrate, trying to place the difference, searching for breaks in rhythm. After a few seconds, I feel foolish. Yeah, oh, man, is one of the deaths gonna be a broken neck? Because that's how you get the grudge noise. Ooh, please don't break your neck, guys. To the cast, please don't break your neck. You may die in any other way, but please don't break your neck. Shade, no, please don't say they'll probably break their neck. No! It doesn't matter what the noise is, whether I hear them or not. We're not alone. The Nixie are out there. A feeling that I can't quite shake tells me they've already noticed the little group of people on their shores. It feels hostile. How common was breaking your neck in medieval times, I wonder? My stomach sinks, and I instead address Bemel.
Where's the guide?
Wait, Bemel isn't the guide?
Unless he's on the center island, or on the complete other side, your guess is as good as mine. It's dark as pitch out there.
I'm not surprised. It's pretty high. I mean, beheadings, my dude. Usually, your head doesn't get decapitated. The blade's too dull. It just ends up breaking your neck. Falling of horses and whatnot. We have no horses. We're crossing a lake. We're dealing with nixes or whatever that is. I don't know what they are. They sound like lake monsters. Panic rises inside me. Panic I try hard to quell.
We can't cross without him, and we need to get going soon.
You can't cross with him either.
Eh? Wait, Margaret, what do you mean? The woman behind us, Margaret, cuts in with something like a snort. That's what guillotines were humane? Interesting. Well, that makes sense, because in order to kill someone quickly, blunt head trauma is the way to go, to be completely fair.
What?
I agree with Bamel. What? Like, what do you mean we can't go with the guide and we can't go without him?
I know the guide will be here tonight. I have already made arrangements with him to cross.
Oh, so you're saying we can't come with you? Guide hog? Bamel and I share a look. The woman seems haughty and willing to put up a fuss.
I have his word he'll take me today. It would be wiser for the two of you to begin the trip around if you're really in such a hurry. Or you can make camp here and wait for him to make the trip back if you prefer.
What is this, the River of Styx? Or Sixth? I can't pronounce it. I don't need to turn my attention to Bamel to know he's riled up. I step in before he can say something rash.
Even if that is so, my companion and I must begin the trip tonight.
Margaret is unimpressed and opens her mouth to argue further.
We'll wait for the guide to arrive before coming to a conclusion about any of this.
She clamps her mouth shut, then lets out a sigh.
You can do as you like.
With the matter tentatively settled, Bamel moves away. His finger begins to tap loudly against the top of his hilt. He shifts from one foot to another, then groans. I feel like it's gonna be hard to keep Margaret alive. That is what my gut is telling me.
What's that bastard even up to?
Guide things? I don't know. I almost visibly start, but manage to restrain myself. He probably doesn't know any better. I'm sure of that. It's not worth mentioning. Well, if she lost her glasses, she will immediately be blind, so the odds aren't great. That is true. If someone bumps her and then her glasses like fall into the lake, GG's to her.
With a mouth like that, you shouldn't even have the right to ask the guide to take you across.
Damn, Margaret, with an attitude like that, you don't have the right for the guide to ask the guide to take you across.
How ludicrous. He's faced far worse than a bit of foul language.
Do you know anything that's happened with this lake?
Many people died, and it speaks.
I know enough.
I don't know anything. Margaret is clearly not convinced, but she shrugs and makes a show of turning her back to him.
The guide's father is Garvin the Exemplar. Garvin never accepted the guide as his son, all the way up until he died in this lake. Your statement could be seen as tasteless.
Why didn't he accept him as his son? You ever tried talking to a lake? Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, what? Wait, what? Huh? Is it because it's weird that his son can survive traversing the lake and that's why he doesn't accept him as his son? Hello, fish. Bamel rubs the back of his neck, his face regretful.
My apologies to the guide. I didn't mean it that way. I never knew about his... well, that.
Fish, does the lake talk to you? A smile spreads across my face, one I quickly wipe away. He really did just misspeak. The silence slowly stretches between the three of us, growing more awkward with each passing second. Margaret seems irritated, and Bamel abashed. Can I save? Okay. Thank you. Oh, I don't like that. That's actually really cool, but I also hate it. Every time you go over an option, it sounds like a breath is being taken. And this sounds like it can be your last breath. Okay, we need to survive past day one, right? And hello, Skeeby! How is? How is? From my understanding, you don't have a stream today, correct? Ah, a lake talks to you depending on what lake it is. That's fair. Let's suck up to Margaret. No, no, Moldy. Moldy, we do not speak of toilets here. Moldy. Moldy down. Moldy, think of Bochi. Think of Bochi, Moldy. I will take the Ishka figure from you. I will curse her. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna suck up to Margaret. You're quite informed, Margaret.
It's been years since the time of Garvin the Exemplar. It's impressive you knew.
No, Skeeby. I'm sorry. Margaret smiles, lifting her chin into the air. The over-exaggerated action is somehow pleasant, rather than belittling. She's so much happier than I had anticipated. She likes praise. Got it. We've won.
Yes, I do like to stay informed. And you knew too. Good. This lake shouldn't be allowed to swallow even history itself.
Pat the Skeeby. I will pat the Skeeby. This lake, actually. We're asking because of this lake. Lake Salos, I believe it's called?
My town, the one where I was born at least, was also Garvin's hometown. I was very young when he passed. The entire village went into mourning.
Okay.
People broke down crying in the streets. I'll never forget it. He meant much to everyone who knew him.
But yet he never saw his son as a real son just because he's a guide for this lake? How horrible is this lake?
Oh, I have no such connections. I merely read about it.
It's like Kika? She pauses, seeming to scan the air in front of her for something to say.
I'm sorry for your loss.
We heard it whispering at us. But, we kinda need a guide in order to not die. To talk to it. Or to go through it. So I don't think I should say hi. I don't think I should greet it, personally.
It's all right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Kika. My town may have taken pride in Gravin, the exemplar, and what he achieved, but we weren't the ones who lost the most. That would be his family. We each remain locked inside our own thoughts, not another word passing between us. Eventually, a small light appears on the bridge ahead, gently swaying through the foggy air. It gets closer and closer, until it becomes apparent it's a figure carrying a lantern. Ah, lakes have monologues when no one speaks to them for a long time. This lake has many people trying to cross it, though, and it has dragged them into the depths and drowned them, fish! Explain that! Is the lake lonely? Why does it need to kill over double digits of people every time people visit the lake? That's not good. Okay, that might be the guide, although I can't shake the ghostly aura it gives off. The figure steps onto the shore, but we wait for him to approach, us instead of going to meet him. None of us are sure how close to the waters we can get before it is no longer safe. They are not dead, probably. Tell that to the funeral parlor, fish. Tell that to the funeral parlor. Ooh, you're cute. I like your stick. I like your wand. He stops in front of us and simply stares.
Are you the guide of Sinlos?
The man nods. He has a sharp face and weary eyes. Y'all ever sleep underwater? Just having a slumber party with the lake. Oh no. That's why it has voices. It's whispering the secrets of a slumber party.
Well, that's grand. We would like an escort across the lake.
Bamel motions to the two of us, and Margaret approaches, a strained smile on her face.
Hello, it's good to see you again. I'm ready to cross, as we've agreed upon.
Fish, I can not confirm nor deny that statement, for I had to delete Honkai Star Rail in order to have room on my laptop. Sobs. The guide turns to face her as well, face remaining unchanged. It must not be a lie. He would have had to say something otherwise. He would have had to say something otherwise. She really does have preference to travel with him. That's a problem.
Is there a way we can all begin the trip tonight?
Oh! This might be a matter of space. How much boat is there? Be careful, you can actually make a girl commit suicide. Fair warning.
Yes, I will allow all three of you to go. But with that many, at least one will die before we reach the other side.
He gives me fairy vibes. I think this man owns a ferry, and that stick is what he uses to, like, poke the bottom of the lake to push the boat forward. I don't think we're all gonna, like, grab an oar and he'll just start yelling row. Oh, at least one of us will die before we reach the other side. So, like, are we gonna die because we make a mistake? Or are we gonna die because the lake needs to take someone? I furrow my brow. It's a disturbing addendum, and one offered with little emotion attached. Bamel glares back, asking without asking what we're supposed to do with such circumstances.
You should go around.
The sentence hangs in the air, the second half unspoken if you want to live. Wait, so if he just takes Margaret, will Margaret live? Do we pay the fare with a body? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, should we have brought a goat or something? Or, like, someone who wants to die? Someone sickly? Someone very ill? Should we have brought a sacrifice with us? I wasn't informed what we needed for this trip. Especially since that we were gonna go to a skirmish. I didn't know we had to bring our own dead body.
We don't have time for that. There are people counting on us for protection. Why does she need to go?
Bamel, calm down. He jerks a finger at Margaret, whose face contorts with anger.
I don't need to explain myself to you. My journey has already been put off once, and I was promised I could go today. I will be going under any circumstances.
Margaret, you also calm down. It's already been whispering to us, though, Fish. She meets Bamel's eyes with a gaze of steel. He starts to speak and she cuts in.
An extra day or two shouldn't be that much of a problem for you. Whoever you're meeting can surely wait such a tiny amount longer. Patience is a virtue, after all.
Does Margaret not have listening skills? We're obviously warriors or guards going to protect a village. And she's like, oh, they can wait. What if people are being slaughtered right now? It's fine. They can be patient. I regret trying to buddy up to Margaret. Maybe she has a good reason. Maybe she's a doctor. I don't know. I'm giving her benefit of the doubt.
The night is only so long, and if we're still on the bridges when the sun comes up, we'll all die as they sink back below the surface. If you don't decide soon, no one will be going.
I thought haunted places are supposed to be friendlier in the morning. What do you mean we'll die once the sun rises? It seems so. It seems like the lake is sentient. Maybe we can play Uno or something. Can we face it in rock, paper, scissors? I don't know. The guide is dispassionate, stoic. I would almost feel something's wrong with him if I didn't share this trait myself. Bamel pulls me to the side, jaw clenched tight. Hey, late, Keffa game of chess. Lake pulls out body of chess master. Your move, peasant. Oh my god. But still, Margaret's aware that people are dying as we speak, right? I'm gonna give a benefit of the doubt. She's a doctor. She's trying to go. The game's last name is Kasparov. Oh no. Oh damn. What rank, J-Bent? It would be scarier if something controlled the whole lake. Is he number 1 right now? Was she? Bamel pulls me to the side, jaw clenched tight.
That woman isn't armed.
We are not beating Margaret! Apologies, something came up, and I wish to address it. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Boop. Okay, I'm back. Apologies. Something for a very big project I'm working on is happening? Oh god. He's still mentoring people, no? He retired in the early 2000s. Oh my god, Javen never noticed I left. Cries. Why do you think that the story didn't continue, my good sir?
We can easily get her to back off if we make this into an actual fight. After all, we have to go tonight, yes? If one of us really is to die, it'll be her. Would staying be a worse fate than her death?
Oh no, I didn't need to leave stream. I just needed to do something quickly. Yes. I'm not that stupid almost. Bamel, I hate to break it to you, but in this playthrough, I'm trying to keep everyone alive. So no, I'm not going to kill her. I stare at the dock, refusing to meet Bamel's eyes, and I try to keep my voice as level as possible. I decide to scold him like a puppy. No. We're not killing you. We're not killing her. No.
We don't know her situation. This isn't a decision we can make for her.
I like us. I like Kika. I hope we don't die.
What?
What do you mean, what? Bamel leans in closer, apparently having missed what I said. I remove the sympathy for her in my response when I speak again.
The guide won't accept something like that, I assume.
His face is grim. When you forgot you lent your mate the one brain cell? Oh no, Bamel doesn't have brain cells! Bamel, we're supposed to protect people, and here you are going, let's sacrifice this woman. Sir. I knew I forgot something. J-Ben, you forgot your brain cell before going into chat. That's fine.
Then what else do you have in mind?
First of all, you and I cannot split up. Either we both stay, or we both go.
The second you said that, I feel like the lake is gonna force us to split up somehow.
Right. That's not a question.
We're a package deal. You're my left brain cell and I'm your right. I cross my arms, a hand on my chin. I have full confidence in my abilities and in Bamel's, but there's no reason not to believe the guy knows exactly what he's talking about. Why does the lake get angry in the morning? Is it not a morning person? Well, morning water. Aww, you let your brain cell go off leash? It's quite dangerous to do. If we go, he might not be able to give the group the attention we each deserve. That would mean we truly would be putting Margaret's life at risk, on top of our own. Oh shit! Wait! I'm saving it when I have hardly any time left. I get. You created a quick time event. It's already a quick time event. Oh shit. The pause when you didn't. The pause when you didn't do anything. Wait, okay, I just need to test. If I click load, can I still choose the other? Yes. Oh, okay, it restarts the timer. But with my dilly-dallying, say nothing came up, so we're sticking with say nothing. Okay. Yeah, that is good to know. Otherwise, I really shot myself in the foot. Oh my god. Unfortunate, that would have been really funny. True, that would have been great content. The guide approaches Bamel and me before I have time to sort out my thoughts.
You will stay.
What? Has he decided that he's gonna sacrifice one of us? He did say one of us is gonna die as we pass through the lake. Did he do eeny, meeny, miny, mo when we weren't paying attention?
What?
You would have already decided to come if you had the proper mindset for a journey such as this. You two will stay.
It is not like the elevator QuickTime event. The elevator QuickTime event almost made me cry.
But you don't understand.
The guide raises a hand at me, eyes cold. My words die in my throat. If he decides we aren't fit to cross, how could we persuade him otherwise? We're gonna play three-way rock, paper, scissors. Loser gets pushed off the boat. No, we're gonna play four-way rock, paper, scissors. We're adding the guide in to add a little extra spice. If the guide loses, none of us go.
This is bullshit. We are more than equipped to make this journey, and we know more of what it means to be in danger than most will know in all their life.
I am so glad that these people cannot hear our conversations.
You two will stay.
The guy turns around and heads onto the bridge. Margaret uncomfortably looks from the guide to us.
Goodbye.
What? Are you not coming? Chess boxing. Oh, really? It's only popular in the UK? Oh, they did it in Paris. Okay. I heard that the Paris Olympics actually opened up with Marie Antoinette beheaded singing metal. I've seen that in I've seen clips of it. It was quite the spectacle. Then she steps onto the bridge after him. Bamel sighs, the anger releasing from him as they disappear into the fog.
Farewell.
That I don't know, Jabin. Be safe. Wait! Did we lose? Oops! Wait, we lived though, right? We reach Hema safely, though it took much longer than we would have liked. Much of the village had been damaged or even destroyed. It was my fault for taking so long. I did all I could to aid them in defending their town and repaying what could be salvaged. Bamel was disheartened by how little assistance we were able to provide. However, he could not deny how fortunate we were to have both made it at all, especially after we caught wind of the report given by the guide to the elders for the night. Every village close to Sinalos gets informed on what occurs in that lake. He does so because communities wish to be aware if they have lost one of their own. Did Margaret die? God damn it. This time his news was the death of a young woman. The one we spoke to, Margaret, is gone. I have not heard or seen the guide myself since then. I must assume he is still there on that foggy shore, waiting for desperate souls to seek out his light so they may cross the lake of true darkness. Though I regret that I was not able to do more to protect these people. No one I think it's supposed to be abomishes me for it. They seem sure that I did everything possible. I hope that is true, even if I cannot bring myself to believe it. Soon Bamel and I return home and we will once again take the long way round. Oh, okay, we got the achievement safe. My one piece in all this is that Sinalos will be far behind me in a matter of days. I intend to keep it there. We got our first ending. And we lived. Huh, okay, so we have to speak up. That is what I understand.
And I believe you.
I'm sorry, I'm doing things again. Ah. Bamel reply is firm. My steadfastness seems almost weak in comparison to its certainty. He addresses the guide. Thank you, Jabin. I'm back.
We shouldn't waste more time. Let's shove off.
The guide slowly turns around without even a nod to show his agreement. Margaret stares at Bamel and me, something of resolve in her gaze. Then she follows after the guide. At least she didn't insist we stay behind.
We should do what we can to protect her. It's our fault she's being put in even further danger.
Exactly my thoughts. We will take care of everything. Maybe I'm being naive, but I have no intentions of letting anyone fall victim to this lake tonight. Those monsters can starve.
But she died. Did she do something? He turns to follow the others across. I will protect everyone on this trip. I will. We will make it through this. Oh! Now I got the achievement begin. Okay, we never truly began the journey. Oops. How far into the stream are we? Then I step onto the dock and join them. As soon as I step onto the wood, the temperature drops. The light of my lamp shines against the water's surface, as reflective as a mirror, until we reach land again. Death is only one small mistake away. Oh, wait. Is the way across the lake not by boat, but just a giant dock that stretches all across the lake? And whatever engineer who decided to design it made it a maze? Why would you do that? Or is it to make sure that, like, even monsters would be confused? Like, oh, will people take this route or will they take this one? Instead of having a linear route. I'm confused. We fall into line with the guide leading the way. Margaret stays close to him and I behind her, watching to make sure she doesn't slip on the slick, wet wood. Bamel brings up the rear. Oh, that's a good question too. Did the lake make the dock? Oh, if you listen carefully, there's like There's like a there's like a squeaking. Ah, I'm getting distracted again. I'm sorry. Oh, J-Man, thank you for the sunshine. I wonder if I wonder if it's brighter in here already. It feels brighter in here already. That would be scary if the lake can manipulate the dock, because that implies that it can easily make everything slanted and then we all fall into the lake and get eaten. Each of us hold our lanterns in front of us, but it does little good. The fog is thick and nigh impenetrable, consuming the light as if hungry for it. Above the surface of the lake, it's deathly quiet. No longer is there the whispering wind, nor the sound of water lapping against the shore. It's just our own mismatched footsteps and the sound of my quickened breathing. Oh, can you imagine, like, the little dock pegs on the sides, like, reaching out? Like, one of them isn't actually a dock peg, it's an arm? That'd be cool. And horrifying. I enjoy that. Imagine the dock being the lake's tongue. It's like Monster House. Above the surface of the lake, it's deathly quiet. No longer is there the whispering wind, nor the sound of water lapping against the shore. It's just our own mismatched footsteps and the sound of my quickened breathing. That's a weird looking tongue then. Like it forks in many different directions. My eyes drift back to the lake against my better judgment. It's no wonder there's not even the sound of water, and how still the surface is. It seems almost sturdy, with the sheen of a black marble floor. I'm sorry! Reading that just reminds me of last night where Toys just like, there's just this black wall here, falls into the void. Is that how the lake got some people? Just like, there's this weird black flaw here. I wonder if it's, oh dear, it's lake. I've heard rumors the water of Sinlos is heavier, more difficult to disturb than natural water. That just the weight of its oppressive cling is enough to keep someone down, even without them. Now it's on my highlight reel too. Highlight list too. That was a wonderful moment. Something even darker than the abyss of the lake flickers just below the surface, or at least I think it does. I return my gaze to Margaret's back. It's better to stay focused. I rarely get angry, so yeah. Me screaming angrily do be do be do be important.
Fall back a bit. You're following me too closely.
The guide is looking over his shoulder, addressing Margaret. Oh, is that why she died? She was always too close to him.
I'm sorry.
She's just scared.
If someone gets pulled into the lake, they'll instinctively reach for anything to hold on to. Do not let that be you.
Oh, wait. So, does he say not to stay close to him just in case he gets grabbed and then he pulls you in? Or is he saying that so if she gets grabbed, he doesn't get pulled in? Because we did confirm there are monsters in the lake, and they swim around. Margaret's shoulders rise, and she nods with great seriousness.
I understand. Thank you for the advice.
Oh, it's so that Margaret doesn't drag him into the lake? What's the point of him being a guide, then? Everyone has the lanterns. He ignores her gratitude.
You can speak amongst yourselves if you so choose, as long as you pay attention to where you're going. There is no worth in listening to the sounds out there.
He brings the lake food. Oh my god, can you imagine that twist? He actually brings sacrifices to the lake? Oh, that's scary. Or he is the lake. No, but he was born. Maybe he was cursed to feed the lake, and that's why his papa never saw him as a son. Because there was like that whole talk in the beginning, since like that this really well-loved man died, and this guy is his son, but for whatever reason, this guy never liked the guide.
If there's anything at all, it'll only be Nixie trying to set you on edge.
I wonder if Nixie is an actual mythical creature. I've never heard of them before. What is Nixie? Oh, it's spelled with an E. Okay, they are, they're from Germanic mythology and folklore. So they're like mermaids. Hydrokinesis. They have the ability of hydrokinesis, the ability to control and create water, and shape-shifting. They have liquefaction as well, the ability to transform the body into a liquefied state. So the people walking with us right now might not even be our friends. Uh-oh. Oh, what's the image you found, Jabin? I would love to see it. But yeah, that is... that is not comforting at all.
All right. Then, could you tell us your name? You didn't have a chance to properly introduce yourself, and I've only heard you being referred to as the guide.
I don't have a name.
He wasn't named? Can we name him? What should we name him? His name is Legolas. Legolas. He's facing the front again, his voice as expressionless as before. I have no way of guessing how he feels as he says this.
Oh.
Oh! That is not a nice picture of a Nixie. That is a Nopesy if I ever saw one. Should I save this and share with the class? I think I'm gonna share with the class. I'm gonna share with the class what we're looking at here. Hold on a moment. Just disclaimer. Oh, never mind. It won't let me. It won't let me. Shame. Shame. Oh well. I think that might be what the lake is. It might be, honestly. I wonder if she has a preference. Are you trying to add an image source of it? Wait, let me try again. Sorry, I didn't try very hard to add it. Oh no, what happened to the game? Oh, okay, if I close the browser, it just doesn't open on OBS. That makes sense. There we go. Now I can make a browser source for it. Well, an image source for it. Nopesy. No, create new. I want to call it Nopesy. I want to call it a Nopesy. Okay. Then browse. Desktop. That's the house hippo. That's also the house hippo. There we go. The Nopesy, everyone. Please be aware, this is not my image. It's not the game's image either. But yeah. This is the Nopesy. Or Nixie. Yeah. That's what we're possibly dealing with. Let's continue, shall we? Yeah. It's probably not something he wishes to talk about, however. It's probably not something he wishes to talk about. However, there was something else I wanted to say, so changing the subject is not difficult.
Margaret, thank you for allowing us to join you.
Margaret shrugs non-committedly.
It wasn't exactly up to me. The guide said he would take you.
And you died when we didn't come. So what did you do? Margaret, I don't trust you. She hesitates, and then she looks tentatively over her shoulder at me.
But thank you for saying that. It's appreciated.
She is pretty, though.
Bemele and I will do our best to be an asset on this trip, rather than a burden.
She probably dropped her glasses and couldn't see to follow him. She would still be able to see blurs, though. Or, like, he could have at least, like, offered his cane for her to hold. And then if she does get dragged in, he can just let go of the cane. I have glasses and I can see in fog. Not everything gets blurry.
That's nice. I'm not afraid to be out here, though. Still, at least with your training, you should be able to take care of yourselves.
Why are you so bitchy? Why does this woman have so much sass? Why are you here? Like, to the point where you don't care that we're here to, like, save a village from being attacked. That's also true. You caught me there, J-Vent. Hey, you don't know if her glasses are just for aesthetic. I admire her resilience. It's comforting to know that everyone is here is so confident in their abilities. Oh, sweetheart, I am so sorry. That ain't me. Not enough to forget how terrible it feels to be over this lake. Dude, when I went to my eye doctor, and the amount of lens frames they actually sell to people who just want glasses because of the stereotype, it makes them look smarter, and they have like a job interview to go to. It's so many people. Apparently, if you have glasses and you go to a job interview, you have a higher chance of getting hired because people assume you're smarter. Oh, Javen, sweetie. I wish I could do that, but I can't. I'm as blind as a bat. Oh my god. You drive without glasses? And you need them? Excuse me? That is a whole other can of worms. You are dying in this lake. I am sorry. I'm not sure if that is fortunate or unfortunate. Believing yourself to be secure doesn't mean that you are. I don't like that. Girl! Let me be the Lulu. Let me be the Lulu. I want to be the Lulu. Oh, okay. That's good. As the conversation lulls, a new sound breaks through. It's the whispering noise again. It's the chatter of inhuman voices. And this time, it's coming from all around us. Wait, actually, I have an idea.
Wait a second. If I'm... Wait, I'm not intelligent. Wait.
Wait. Are you going to put the note C in the lake? I I I don't want to confirm nor deny that. But theoretically, if I were, how do you make images transparent on OBS again? Theoretically, if I were, go to the color correction filter and lower opacity. Thank you. I mean, not like anything's actually happening. Like, don't worry about it. It's not happening. I'm not doing anything. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. As the conversation lulls, a new sound breaks through. It's the whispering noise again. It's the chatter of inhuman voices, and this time, coming from all around us. It blends into the fog. I don't know what you're talking about, J-Ben. There's nothing there. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. What did I miss? Why I spent giggling away? I am very easily amused, fish, that's why. If I used color correction to turn it blue. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's like the same. I can make it like the same color. I accidentally made it like the same color as the fog. Let's go. I mean, I didn't put anything there. Why is there a dinosaur? First off, no, it's not a dinosaur. That's what it is. It's a nopesy. Secondly, it's not actually there. I swear. That's a brontosaurus if I've ever seen it. I still love how I just went to the color blue and clicked on the first blue and it actually blends in really well. It actually blends in with the blue on the with the fog really well. It's actually a pretty good color match. That did look like a dinosaur if you don't know the original though. This is how the Loch Ness Monster was created. It does.
Taking care of yourself is exactly what you need to do.
I feel so bad. This is supposed to be a scary psychological horror, and then here I am being a giggly mess. Someone saw a Nixie and said, "Yo, it's a dinosaur!" And that's one the Loch Ness Monster. And the Nixies was so embarrassed that they just kept the look, or they just never appeared ever again. They're dramatic, so like maybe they did like go up to Scotland. You don't know. The guide is speaking again, except louder, as if to cover the Nixie's voices with his own.
Work to survive at all costs, and hope that everyone around you has enough sense to do the same. That's the only way you'll make it to the other side.
Margaret nods in response, but I hear a grunt from behind me.
Groups tend to go further when they work together to achieve the same goal.
Oh my god. I fear J-Bent's genius. The guide doesn't say anything in response to Belmir's grumbling either. I'm not sure whether he didn't hear Brumia, or whether he just didn't feel the statements made thus far are worthy of addressing. Oh my god, Fish, good luck. I hope you win. I fear wasps so much. I have a feeling it's the latter. We go around a large bend in the bridge. part of it forking off to another way. I wonder how the guide knows which one of these essentially identical paths is correct when something in the corner of my eye catches my attention.
I believe I saw something over there.
Ignore it.
Keep walking. No need to worry.
Got it out of the shower earlier and got greeted by one sitting right in front of me. Oh my god. You're not scouting for a new nest, is there? Unless there's already a nest nearby where you are. Because 2 wasps in, like, a similar area. Oof. Oof. Don't like that. The guide's voice is calm and level. I decide against pressing the issue, not wanting to set everyone even more on edge.
What did he say?
Perhaps not wanting the conversation to be caught by the guide, he speaks softly, though I couldn't quite hear him because of it. Oh! Well, I don't need my own. I'm gonna remove my own Nopesy. Actually, no, they can be buddies. They're near each other. I take my eyes off Margaret ahead for a moment to explain it to Bemel and stop dead in my tracks. Only one word is able to escape me in my stunned state. Behind Bemel stands another figure, looming in the darkness. Seeing my face, Bemel grabs the hilt of his sword. He whips around, then staggers swiftly backwards. Several meters away, a crooked, twisted black figure hobbles its way towards us. Some kind of liquid drips off its head, curling around the edges of its face. It almost looks like it's crying. Bemel backs up until he is standing beside me. The figure continues its slow advance, head jerking from one angle to another.
What on earth?
It's one of them.
Yes, Nixie that stumble across the bridges looking for opportunities.
The guide is standing next to us. I didn't even notice him approach. Oh, did you miss him? Did you miss our friend? Oh, I don't remember how to go back. Oh, thank you! I'll get right on that, J-Man. Boop. 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 I am not doing anything cringe. Do 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 do. There we go. Yay! Yeah, right? Is it bad? I'm proud of myself. Is it bad that I'm proud of myself for doing that? Thank you, Javen. I highly appreciate that. The guide is standing next to us. I didn't even notice him approach.
The ones that can make it out of the water are generally referred to as prowlers.
You learned a new skill, you should be proud. I will only know this skill for so long, J-Vent. My memory is horrible. You have taught me this before, and I have forgotten.
I had no idea things like that were out here. Is that what Kika saw down the other path?
Most likely. The guide says nothing, instead returning to the front of the party. Margaret watches him pass. Her frustration morphs into nervous optimism when something seems to come into her mind. Oh, yeah, hopefully the wasp did leave through the window. But hypothetical, if you used it every so often, like hiding something in the background, for example. What would I hide in the background, Javen?
Well, Nixie aren't slowed down much by swords, but at least the light keeps them away, right?
I'm not gonna be like Kathy that has like a whole bunch of like cursed images behind me. Ooh, hidden flowers. That actually sounds really pretty, Fish. Margaret's hand grips her face tight, and desperation bleeds into her voice. I bite the inside of my lip. You can't say I didn't try to get the hot dog man in here. He's already in Cappy's stream. We don't need him in the garden. He shall become mulch.
Direct light will force it to return to the lake. However, it'll try to drag the light, or you, down with it before it goes.
With this information, I don't know if it's better to have a light or not have a light now. Instinctively, I reach for the hilt of my sword, despite the fact that it would do little to protect me. The prowler is getting closer, jerking forward, stopping, then resuming its slow advance.
Okay, does anyone have a light we can leave here? That way it won't follow us.
Yeah, but we only have 4 lights in total with all of us. I find it funny how Google is advertising itself having Snapdragon, even though it's kind of industry standard at this point. Well, we're kind of doing what you're thinking, Jaben. Well, it's... Possibly. I've seen... the ocean set on fire. Why not a lake?
Only matches.
Is it closer? Is it closer? Bamil spits. He's the one bringing up the rear, so he is the one most likely to be in danger if it keeps following. The guide, however, moves forward. Yeah, the bridge, but we need it. We need the dock.
Don't forget it's there, don't let your guard down, and don't get left behind.
What? How am I supposed to keep walking with this thing at my heels? You said it wants to attack.
We only need the dock in front of us, but what about the guide when he wants to go back? He can't go back to a burning dock.
Don't give it the chance.
How do we not give it the chance? Damn, this guide is heartless. And sup, Luck? How's it going? Bamel sputters in anger. The guide summarily ignores him. I solidly grab hold of Bamel's upper arm. I'm having fun. J-Bent taught me a new skill. I wonder if Luck and Swat are a cool thing. Yeah, I added something to the game, and I'm proud. Yay.
Here, I'll lead you like this, and you can keep your focus solely on the prowler. Make sure it doesn't get too close.
But then how do you make sure it... But then how do you, like, scare it away? Bamel's eyes the guide with unresolved hostility, but allows himself to softly sigh in relief. He gazes at me with fondness.
At least there's someone I can count on.
When we're meant to work together in a war, I sure hope we have each other's backs. Despite the fact I'm going against his advice, the guide says nothing more. It's clear now that he doesn't give a damn what we end up doing. Some part of me is glad for that. I want to help everyone make it through, and it would be worse to have to persuade the guide every time help was necessary.
Kika, thank you.
Bamel places a gentle hand on my shoulder. Oh yeah, romance is a thing. We shouldn't have romance on the battlefield. We shall nod at him. A bro nod. Yeah. You're welcome. Honestly, if I was just getting here, I would have no idea that wasn't part of the game. Yeah, especially with like the theming and stuff. Bamel's face hardens in return. He moves his free arm down. I fully link his arm with mine. And now, properly settled, look forward. Important clarification. Is it an up nod or a down nod? Very different, you see. No, a down nod. A down nod. An up nod is snooty, like, yeah. Yeah, I got you, bro. Where down nod is like, yeah. Yeah, I got you, bro. Very different. Ooh, I'll play with it, Luck. I'll play with the new thing. Oh dear, you can hardly see it, actually. Hold on. Whee! Whee! Actually.
Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
Oh, that was great. Okay. It's called a Nixie. Man, this is just reminding me of the time I just decided to get an emoji of a hand and slap and slap Luke. And slap Luke with it. That's so fun. He moves his free arm down. I fully link his arm with mine, and now, properly settled, look forward. Margaret is following the guide, with some reluctance, turning back every so often to check on us. I wave my lantern to signal we're catching up. Margaret returns her head to the front and quickens her pace. With a tug on Bamel, we start to follow them. The four of us continue cautiously over the bridges, only this time the wet, squishing footsteps of the prowler join the sound of our own. The prowler walks without a set pattern, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. It takes long steps, then short ones. At times, it stops walking entirely. Does it hurt to be out of the water like this? Or is it trying to be difficult to read? Pardon me. Suddenly, the whispering in the lake grows louder. I steel myself, trying not to let it get to me. The most important thing in a situation like this is to remain calm. I can't lose my head. Then all at once, I notice the guide and Margaret have come to a halt.
Bemele, they're stopping.
Bemele slows down as I do, and as we near Margaret's back, she says something akin to distress.
There's another one.
I tug on Bamel and he understands. We draw up close to Margaret, ready to protect her if need be, but the guide holds out a hand.
Don't get any closer.
Just over his shoulder, I see another prowler stumbling towards us, white liquid dripping from its eyes. The guide's hand turns over in the air, palm up.
Give me a lantern. We'll throw it.
Hey, J-Ben, we're doing your idea. We don't know, actually, how many live in the lake. So, this is the second one we've encountered. Margaret extends her own with a trembling hand. When Bamel speaks instead, his back still turned.
If you have to take someone's, take mine.
Yes, an extra light won't do us much good when we're standing this close together.
Margaret takes Bamel's lantern from him, guarded, relief displayed on her features.
Thank you.
She hands the lantern to the guide, whose hand grips it tightly, knuckles growing pale.
Stay here. I can't throw it too far. The light will blow out before it reaches the Nyx.
He steps closer to the monster, his movements light and confident. As he nears, the prowler starts to back away. Is it only approaching the light that's making it retreat, or are they afraid of him? I just wrote a German message with English grammar. The two languages are melting together. Oh no, fish! Oh. The guide is far enough. From us, the fog is partly obscuring him, hiding his movements. The voices from the lake grow louder and louder. Water suddenly begins to splash across the lake, in the distance, and onto the edges of the bridge. They want him to mess up. I don't notice how tense I am until Bamel eases my grasp on his arm. Then suddenly, the guide takes multiple long and fast strides forward, throws the lantern, and jumps backwards to regain the lost distance. There's a sharp hiss and then a deep splash, and the voices of the Nixie grow quieter. Not silent, but quieter. A sigh escapes me, and the guide comes back to our group.
We should keep going before it comes back.
No shit, Sherlock. I glance at Babel and realize he too is looking relieved at the guide before us. And then I see it. The first prowler! It's still there! It's right there! Oh no! We should remove our friend. There we go. Ah! Pull Babel forward! I couldn't even save! Dude, it's made out of water. I don't think we can stab it. I shift around, pulling Bamel behind me. The prowler lunges after him, barely missing Bamel, but striking my lantern instead. The fire goes out, and the two of us are plunged into an unearthly darkness. Then there's a slick splash. I realize the Nyx has retreated into the water. Somehow Bamel and I are still standing. We're still here.
Kika, thank you.
I saved you! I can't respond. Something cold, wet, and slimy has grabbed my ankle. Fuck! I kick my leg out as fast as I can, and the Nyx hold slips. It can't pull with the momentum I've gained against it. Margaret rushes to my side, her lantern hanging out towards the Nyx. Can we drink it? The light brushes its face. We see it for an instant, its eyes wide, and then it slides back into the smooth surface of the water. Bamel grabs Margaret and I both, helping us towards the center of the bridge and cussing under his breath.
I only looked away for 1 second.
If we drink enough, we can just get rid of the right lake, right?
It's fine, Bemele. We're all fine.
Are you actually alright?
Well, I'm not dead. Margaret cocks her head down, examining my ankle, but there's nothing but a wet smudge around my trousers. I don't know where the guide is in all this commotion.
I am fine.
I say that, though I don't actually want to let go of Babel. I need to in order to relight our own lantern and provide us actual safety, but I feel such a strong desire not to be alone in this moment. I shake my head roughly and let go of him, relighting the lantern as fast as I'm able.
Kika, thank you. Again. You saved my life. I won't let this happen again.
Well, since that he's our guide, he's kind of, I guess, obligated to stay with us. So I think he should still be there. I think. I don't think it's because it'll last long enough. That's why he chose the lantern.
Yes. Yes. It would be good for all of us to pay more attention.
Margaret nods solemnly. Suddenly, it seems like we're all on the same side. It isn't only Bramel she is with us in more than simply presence. The guide's voice, as cold as that monster's grasp, ends my train of thought.
We lost the lantern I threw. A Nyx grabbed it after the light went out.
Margaret makes a noise. I glance over, wondering whether she's upset, but there's a small smile on her face instead.
It's better than them taking anything else.
Oh, I'm guessing if Bramel was taken, Margaret will be more on edge and thus more reckless. So she might put us in even more danger. A nervous laugh bubbles up out of me, and just as quickly stops. Bramel chuckles in response, and our collective tension eases up, and the adrenaline draining from our bodies.
We need to keep walking.
The guide starts walking down the bridge again, and we join him. I try to clamp down on the relief, the ease that wants to flood my head. It's not over. The prowler is gone, but so is Bramel's lantern.
You can stay near me, Bemele, since your lantern is lost.
Fuck, I keep pronouncing his name wrong. Bemele. I don't pronounce the next E.
I appreciate it.
Margaret goes ahead of us. Bemele stays by my side as I keep at the end of the line. The breath of release for Margaret and Bemele is quickly swallowed by the somber atmosphere of Sinilos as well, replaced by the gravity of the near-death experience. Never mind celebrating his survival. Something like that shouldn't have happened in the first place. The memory of the prowlers reaching out towards us appears each time as I close my eyes.
Why does it look like something's dripping down their faces?
'Cause they're sad, Margaret. You don't want to be their friend. The prowlers are on Margaret's mind too. Looking at her pained expression, it's as though the moment of relief never existed at all.
I'm not sure.
Me neither. Something's wrong with them, though.
They live in water. Air shouldn't be good for the things, but they want to drown humans so much they're willing to drag themselves around on land? It's not right.
Oh, do they? Does our Nopsy look pretty? Ooh, it does. Oh, because it's on the dock. We should put her back in the water. There you go, Nopsy. Where you belong. Of course it isn't. They're monsters. They likely do not understand even the concept of right or wrong.
Well, I don't disagree that there's something very wrong about them. I truly, truly hope that's the last we'll see of the Prowlers.
Something comes to her mind, causing Margaret to enter a part of the conversation early.
Since you two have to share a light, wouldn't it be safer to be in the middle?
Oh my, wait, what? I was not expecting Margaret to do that. What? Margaret stops and waits for Bamel and I to reach a position.
That way, you'll catch the edges of my light and the guides, and it won't be so dangerous if Bamele loses his position momentarily.
Yeah, that's true. She does seem like the weakest link. I hate to say it, but yeah.
That's a very kind offer, Margaret.
Bamele's surprise is so apparent. I want to cover his face with my hands to stop him from insulting her. She merely smirks. I think Margaret may be surprised with herself, too. Bamele returns to his usual shirtly.
As thoughtful as it is, I, at least, am fine with bringing up the rear. I'm used to keeping watch for monsters, and since there are two of us, I can pay attention to the back while Kika focuses ahead.
This is true. Bamele does have a point. We actually smack things. We have no idea what Margaret is.
It's not my light, though, so I shouldn't be the one to decide what she should do with it.
I'm saving. I don't know if it's going to be a quick time event. Margaret and Bamel turn to look at me and Yujin. It seems like it's my decision. Neither of them are wrong. As for me, my goal is to protect everyone. I can't very well do that with Margaret following behind us. Yeah, that's a hint. I think that's a hint. Or is that a red herring? Is that a hint or a red herring? But being stuck in the middle of the group could also be dangerous depending on what circumstances we come across. Getting pinched by the enemy would be an almost sure death, no matter how experienced Bamele and I are. Don't overthink this, but the game is putting up so many good points. I just don't know what to expect from this bridge, and that makes things so much more difficult. Oh shit. The current format has...
Behind?
Yeah. Of course it was timed. Of course it was timed. Okay, so if it's timed, I think it means it's very important. Did I mess up? Okay, I was staying behind. Yes.
Seems like it.
Why was that timed? I don't like that. I don't like that it's timed. I don't like that I can't save before every decision.
Yes, I think we'll be good here.
But like, okay, the guide knows what to do. We're at the very back. If Margaret gets nabbed, we can rush forwards. Bamele is always looking behind us, so we can't get ambushed in the back. So, yeah. We're good.
But really, thank you. That was a very kind offer.
Well, alright.
Margaret respects our decision and trots ahead a bit to catch up with the guide. He who has paid no mind to the entire affair. Logically, it makes the most sense. Yeah!
So, I don't want to sound like a child, but how much longer until we arrive at the halfway point?
We're not even at the halfway point. We could have had someone die before the halfway point. Margaret chuckles, reflecting the amusement I don't want to vocalize.
We still have some ways to go.
Damn.
Same. I suppress my laughter yet again at his pouting response. The gloom we've been under dissipates slightly, like light flickering through the fog.
The first trial tends to be the most difficult. I believe we will only react better from this point on.
Trials? Wait, what trials?
I like the way you think.
Then a gleam enters Bemele's eyes and he grins.
I think Kika deserves a round of applause. Her quick reflexes are owed the utmost appreciation.
Dude, if you heard who is controlling Kika right now and the squeaks that have come from my mouth, you would not be saying that. He leans softly into my shoulder, trying to get me to what? Kiss his head? I get the feeling the Nixie aren't the only thing in the lake. Yeah, I've been squeaking a lot.
It was indeed a sight. You're quite capable. Bemele was also a sight, but for very different reasons. The way he froze with his mouth all agape was a laugh in itself.
That is so mean. Bemele shakes a fist at Margaret in mock anger, then shoots me an affectionate look. Wait, does Bemele like me? But I gave him the bro nod. Do we have a bromance? Bro.
You should know, she and I are usually on equal footing.
The only reason you had footing at all is because she pulled you back.
Bemele laughs self-consciously, scratching his head.
That's very true. You can always count on Kika.
I actually quite like his voice. I keep my eyes steadily ahead, unsure how I should respond. I'm pleased, almost grateful to hear what they think of me, but I don't know what I could say that wouldn't seem pathetic. My instinct is to pat his head. Is that weird? Instead, I contribute the best way I can. I keep my focus on the path ahead of us. Without a response from me, the conversation quickly dies out. Still, it eases my heart to be on such friendly terms with my companions. A little? I think it's the same. After some time, I notice Margaret isn't keeping up with the guide as much as she was before. I realize it's because the guide has increased his pace. Margaret begins to jog in an effort to keep up with him, and Bemele and I do the same. Despite this, the guide keeps getting further away. Yeah, I feel like Margaret would have gotten left behind here. We go faster and faster until suddenly we're full-on sprinting across the slick wooden boards. Figures in the dark fog fly past us at a blur, and it occurs to me the Hello, JD! How is you? Oh my god, everyone, I was lurking on his god. Yeah, you did. Oh my god. How was Stardew? I saw you were playing it. I was lurking. I'm glad. That would have gotten me if I didn't see the pop-up first. You suck, Shaven. Ooh, you got to the first flower dance. Let's go. Have any of the bachelors or bachelorettes caught your eye? Anyone you're interested in? Interested in buttering up? What was I supposed to do? I don't know! Warn me? Go, hey, alright! Honestly, I may be straight, but I'm not a fan of any of the bachelors. However, ooh. Fair, let's go. But which is your favorite? Honestly, probably the most fair. Yes. Haley has a wonderful character arc, honestly. She deserves that love. Leah is a queen. She is a queen. She is wonderful. Abigail eats rocks. So that's all I'm gonna say. She eats rocks. Let's go. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the stretch. Thank you for letting. What if rock yummy? You're right. And thank you for the water. Yeah, she also does canonically stink. I think it's because he didn't have to read it aloud. While I do. And we're not getting distracted with me going, wee! I will eat your family. Yeah. He doesn't have that. But yes, please go follow JD. They are an adorable bunny queen, and we will be doing an Will We Wear This character's outfit on Tuesday on her channel. So that'd be fun. Thank you, sir. Please have a wonderful look. It's JD, same with you. Please rest. It is 10 p.m. Get some din-din, some snackies, shower, take a bath, relax. Yeah. Ooh, that's true. But with Twisted Wonderland, it's mostly like dorm uniforms and stuff. Unless like we add like event outfits, like Fairy Gala. And what else is an event? I swear I'm a Twist fan. I feel like for Stardew it would be very easy to say like, yeah, I'd wear that. Since that it's mostly casual clothes. But yeah, JD, that does sound fun. Agreed. Are they? I mean, Sebastian is literally just a hoodie, and a black hoodie and black jeans. Like, bro, same. I wear that. But yes. Oh, I meant in Twist. If you go with dorm uniforms, kind of? But if we go with the school uniforms, it's pretty basic. That's why I mentioned the event outfits. The event outfits are very, very different. So Twist might be a little harder. Then again, I only know Keita, V, and the 2 eel guys. Ah, Jaden Floyd. And Leona. Yeah, Leona's birthday was like yesterday. And I got his birthday card. Yeah, Leona's birthday was yesterday. There's also Ipel, Sebek, Kalim. We can't do Ortho because he's a robot. Trey. Oh, that's sweet of you. I wish you could play Twist. It's such a great series. I still need to finish the Diasomnia arc though, but I also really don't want to because I know it'll make me cry like a little baby. And I know it'll make me want to spend more money on them. And I can't do that. I mean, I already have like mini plushies of all of Diasomnia. I already have all plushies of Heartstone, and I have like a huge Riddle Rose Hearts plushie. And I'm getting off topic. Yes, that's Heartstone! Let's go! Cater is okay. I do love my depressed boy who is an influencer, though. He is a good boy. That do be what Cater is. I just dislike it. Well, I guess since that he doesn't like sweets, I can eat his share. He doesn't want a chocolate chip cookie? I guess it's mine now. My favorite Heartstone character is Riddle because I love family issues. If you have family issues, I am adopting you. Ooh, so you're mostly a fan of what is it called again? I only know because my cousin does not like him or his hair. Is it because of the bob? Does your cousin not like the blonde bob? Rook is a canonical stalker, though, which is valid to not like him. Like, he takes pictures of students without their permission, and he has eagle eyes. He can like see you from across the school. It's terrifying. Pomfiore, that's where he's from. Yeah, Rook scares me. He also sees beauty in everything. He also sees beauty in everything. Like, even in, like, let's say you want to murder your lover. And he's like, wow, that's beautiful. I also just remember her mentioning his hair, probably trying not to spoil me. I don't care about spoilers. The only thing I can think about with his hair is that he changed his hair. That's it. Yeah, he's kind of a confirmed yandere. Which is like, oh, that's very scary since that you're rich, powerful, and you're a great hunter. Fear. He also randomly speaks French. Poorly. Every time he speaks French, it low-key takes me back to elementary school French class. Ah! So that would either be Malleus, Lilla, Silver, or Sebek. Yeah, that's Diasomnia. Malleus is the one with horns. Sebek is the green crocodile lightning man. Silver is our sleepy prince silver-haired boy. And Lilla is old grandpa with hot pink highlights. We love a short king. I'm sorry, I can talk about Twist a lot. Oh, that's why we're running. The dock is sinking. But yes, thank you for so much for coming. The green one? Wait, no, hold up. I need to investigate. Wait, JD, you like the green one? You thought Sebek's hair is cool? Hold up, that man has traumatized me for being very loud, and he scares me, okay? Here, I'll show you a very cute card of him, but like literally every time he's on screen, I need to lower the volume because his voice scares me. Like, I can see the appeal. He's cute. But he's scary. He's loud. I do not like... I just don't like how loud he is. That's it. Poor baby boy can't handle the cold, though. He is an extrovert. And a huge Malleus fan. Oh, that's cool. I don't know who I'd cosplay as. Cause fun fact, I'm short than the entire. Oh, I'm shorter than the entire cast of Twist, including Ortho, who is a robot designed to be a little brother. I'm shorter than him. And that makes me angry. His hair do be nice. He slicks it back. I think we see his hair down a few times, and it's actually pretty, and he almost looks approachable. But then he talks, and then it scares me. Wait, let me see the Twisted cast, and let me see who I think has pretty hair. I'm getting distracted. Ooh, you do like slick back hair. That's fair. Who has pretty hair? I mean, I hate this character, low-key. But he does have pretty hair. I wouldn't like him as... You hear that, boys? You hear that, gentlemen? If you like JD, slick back your hair. Your chances will increase. Yeah, it's Idia. I hate his personality, low-key. I just hate his I'm mightier than thee attitude sometimes. Yeah, he does have nice hair. Who else has nice hair? He has nice hair. It's simple, but it's nice. But yeah, we can talk about this later. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for getting, like, derailed. Wait, let me just send you more pictures of my beautiful boy, though, on Discord. I will try to make you like a certain character by sending you many pictures. Is it working? I'm the best of taking people off topic. Fair. I'm very good at making myself go off topic, to be completely fair. His name is Appel! Yay! I win! I made you excited over someone! His name is Appel. He looks like a little cutie, but he's actually a gremlin. If you call him cute, he'll punch you in the face. Let's go! They're in the same dorm, so I thought I have a feeling you're gonna be Pompiore Stan. Let's go. Let's go. He is a cinnamon roll looking character. This dude is also a cinnamon roll. I love him. I love Deuce. He's a delinquent trying to be an honor student now. But he's ready. He still has the habit to throw hands. Poor baby. But it looks like it's a cinnamon roll. Is a cinnamon roll, or looks like a cinnamon roll, could kill you. That is fair. That is fair. Kalium. This is the cinnamon roll of all cinnamon rolls when it comes to Twist. He is the babiest of babies. Right? Doesn't it? It looks so smooth and fluffy. How does he do that? Excuse me, I burped. This is a baby boy. He is just a bundle of sunshine. He is baby. Kaleem is baby. Okay. But yeah, JD, thank you so much for stopping by. I think I need to go back to reading and trying not to get these people killed. But yeah, that was fun. I look forward to Tuesday. Yes, yes, yes. But please, anyone from the raid, please take a seat. Feel free to lurk, feel free to leave. Yeah, bye-bye, JD. Thank you for the raid.
Yay!
Emma. Okay, back to the Lake of Voices. Figures in the dark fog fly past us at a blur, and it occurs to me that the branching paths and the bridge appear to be sinking. I try hard to swallow my rising panic. The guide shouts something, but it's drowned by the frantic pounding of our footsteps. I'm trying to piece together what he said. Don't stop! Turn! When he takes a masterful, sharp right down a different path. I think it's supposed to be when he takes a masterful sharp right turn down a different path using his own momentum and the sleek wood to slide into the new direction with no loss of speed. Margaret must not have worked out the warning either, as she is completely caught off guard by the guide's changing course. Oh, she runs straight ahead past the turn and continues down the path we've been following up until now. So maybe this is when it would have been better if we had Margaret go in the rear. Uh-oh. She clumsily begins to halt her momentum down the wrong bridge. Then I come up upon the fork. Turn! I make a hard turn. Oh, wait, but sometimes the best solution is to not do something at all. That's what it said. Oh no. I make a hard turn, following the guide and leaving Margaret at the rear. Especially since that we learned that Nixies can shapeshift. So we might not even be following the guide. Oh no. Oh no! Bellamy's footsteps stay as loud as they were before. He's made the turn, as close behind me as ever. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Margaret turn around to try to come back to us, only to have the bridge in front of her fall away. I slow down for a breath, feeling the impulse to turn back, but ignore it. There's no time. Margaret can make the jump, and then she'll rejoin us. Oh. We lost Margaret. I keep my eyes glued to the guide's back, ears perked for Margaret's footsteps approaching behind us. I don't think that's Margaret. And then I hear it. A scream. I whip around, sliding to a stop. Margaret is sinking. The bridge she's on is sinking into the water. She's disappearing. She didn't jump.
What are you doing?
Margaret's head shoots up, her face drained of all color.
Jump!
She stumbles near the edge of the bridge, staring at the placid water of the lake. Even from a distance, I can hear her shaking. I can't say if it's from the bridge's descent or her own fear. She barely seems to remain standing. I swallow painfully. No, Muzzy! This isn't a My Fair Lady moment. Margaret bends and tries to jump. She curves in a small arc, achieving more height than she should, and lands directly in the lake with a muted splash. Bamele starts beside me, but I grab his hand and pull. We start running again, leaving Margaret flailing in the water behind us. Oh. This is our first character death. We don't need to watch this. We both know exactly what will happen to her now. Margaret's anguished cries pierce the night, then the screaming stops. Inevitability, the price one must pay. Oof. My legs grow weak. It isn't right, but I push myself to keep going. Bellamele curses between heavy breaths, calling those things every foul name in his large book. I try to focus on the pounding on my feet, but my brain won't cooperate. Instead, I imagine Margaret's terror as she's clawed to pieces by the Nixie. After everything, I didn't help her. We left her in the dark. As the night wears on, our strength rapidly fades. How much longer will this last? People have to rest sometime. Almost as if in response to my thought, the guide abruptly halts. I skid to a stop as well, sliding on the surface of the wood.
Why did we stop?
Bellamy's voice is tired, but his guard is up. The guide doesn't answer, just stares at something slightly out of view. I step up to join him, following his gaze further down the path. A child? There, curled in a little ball, illuminated by the lantern's light, cowers a person. His hands grip his head, and he rocks from side to side, mumbling incoherently.
It's a man.
Oh. A grown child?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't. I just couldn't. Please. I'm sorry.
No, it sounds like baby. I'm struck with an array of questions. What is going on? Why would he wander out into the bridges on his own? Did he make it this far by himself? Were there others with him? If that's somehow the case, I can't blame him for the state of shock he's in. The man stops mumbling. He glances above him, seemingly only now, just now having the strength to lift his head. His expression, the deepest sadness along with the clear markings of terror, are scrawled across his face. I stare at him in shock, not sure what to do.
Leave him.
What? But adoption! I snap my eyes away from the man and instead to the guide's cold, implacable face.
No! We can't just leave him here. Without light, it's certain he'll die.
He won't make it regardless.
The guide turns to look at us, his eyes seeming to glow from the closeness of his lantern. For the first time, I feel uncomfortable in his presence.
Whoever shelters him will only risk dragging themselves down with him. Leave him.
I glance at my partner, but Melee is outraged. I'm trying to think of some kind of compromise when the guide speaks again, his voice cutting.
If the man comes, then whoever is shielding him will have to remain at a distance from the rest of the group. Far enough that you can't see me, just my light. That is how you will travel across the bridges.
Ate Pen Pen! Oh my god! Thank you for the bits! How are you? Mahjong Soul is now on Steam. Let's go! Aww. Thank you, Ate. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
I didn't agree to lead this man, and I won't. If you ask me to, I will leave you all behind.
Adrenaline surges through my veins, and I tense up. It's a painful reminder that the guide isn't here to save our lives, but merely to show us the way. We're on our own. I'm playing that right now. Let's go. I was almost late to stream because I was playing Mahjong Soul, to be honest.
Oh, thank you.
But Melee and I frantically share more looks between each other, trying to communicate without words. Neither of us have a desire to speak and be the first to make a choice. Same. I almost got 13 orphans today, and I got so excited. But someone ended up rotting before I got the chance. But yeah, good luck on your games out there. Have fun. The man is standing now, though still hunched, with his arms wrapped around himself, as if expecting a blow. He stares at the ground rather than at us. Because of this, I'm having trouble reading his face. What exactly happened to him? Yeah!
Are you well, stranger? Do you know where you are and why you're here?
He glances up, not at me, but towards me, his eyes resting somewhere near my collarbone.
I'm fine. You all can go on your way. Forget you even saw me here.
But the friend!
That's absurd. You have no way to defend yourself. We can't leave you.
Yes, I'm sure in your eyes I might not seem like much, but that's not exactly a fair shake.
What?
Maybe in a perfect world, every man would be as large as you. But that's not how things always go. Doesn't mean I'm defenseless.
Sir, you have no light. The man's response is endearing. The words themselves seem to be in good jest, but he's still barely looking at us, fidgeting with his hands. Bamele frowns, unimpressed.
It was a joke.
He smiles hesitantly, making eye contact with each of us for the first time.
What part of it was supposed to be the joke? Do you even realize what is happening in this moment?
Never mind. Forget that too.
Oh, sweetie! I want to protect! He's activating my protect gene.
Point is, I'm alright.
You have found yourself out alone and unlit on Sinlos.
Exactly. Something must be wrong with you.
Oh no, sounds like you've been talking with my father.
He lets out a weak laugh, coupled with an eyebrow raise, voice trembling. No one really knows what to make of this. Wait! Did his papa banish him here? The man gives a small wave and begins down the path we came. Bamele huffs, tossing his hands into the air.
That's not even the right way.
It is for me.
Sweetie.
Oh? You must have come quite a ways if it was the other shore you started on.
The man's smile grows.
Good. That's not so bad.
There is no response to his remark, unsure of what could be said.
I still think he should come with us. A person needs a light, and the guide himself said he won't be able to manage on his own. Sticking with us is his best option.
But then we can't be near the guide. We can only see his light. I look over the man's body, noting the scrawniness of his limbs. Scrawny, but not necessarily lacking in muscle. The bravado he was showing as he tried to leave us has faded yet again, and now he's standing quietly, looking at us as if watching a play. Interest, but no true connection to the events.
It's easy for you to say such things, but whose light are you offering?
Oh yeah, we only have 2 lights between the 4 of us now. Because Margaret died with hers.
It's not mine, and you are putting her in even more danger with your own presence already.
Her? Me? Bamele's hands turns into fists. He looks away, but he doesn't say anything. For a moment, no one does. I feel a cold sweat on my brow, as what I feared comes to pass. He's stopping us from protecting another. Why must he get involved now? Why can he not leave us to make our own decisions?
Don't worry about me. I'll be on my way now.
But you're activating my protect gene. The man's voice is full of something I cannot place, and he starts to shuffle back down the way we came, arms still clenched around himself. I know the guide wants to act as though there is no option. However, I could stay back with him. I put Bemel and myself at significantly... It'll put Bemel and myself at significantly more risk, but at least this man will stand a chance. I'm adopting him. He is mine now. Guide is stinky. Like a lost, get lost. I straightened my arm out like a rod, blocking his progress past me. He stops, perplexed.
I am not afraid to stay behind as long as Bemele can remain up front with you in your light.
The guide doesn't say anything. Doesn't even blink. Bemele smiles sadly at me.
One can always count on you, Kika.
The man, meanwhile, stands with his mouth agape, truly and genuinely shocked.
Well, what will it be?
I am adopting him.
That is fine by me. I can stay on the fringes of your light. That way you won't have to worry about a repeat of what happened earlier.
The guide doesn't acknowledge him. He stares at the stranger. The man shakes under the attention.
No, really. I could just go on my own. It's fine.
Baby! The more he talks, the more I just want to hug him. I step closer to him, lending the support he seems to desperately need.
You do not need to go this alone. I will protect you.
The man stares at me. I return his gaze, willing him to see my certainty. There need be no more blood spilled tonight. Slowly, the fear melts off of his face, replaced with something like resignation. Then he drops his gaze to the floor.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I grasp his shoulder and turn to the rest of the group.
You should get a head start, correct? You'll have to put some distance between us.
The guide seems to agree as he starts to walk away without another word. Bemele smiles, first at the stranger, and then at me.
Take care back here, alright? We'll all be together again when we reach the halfway island. It won't be too much longer now. We'll have a nice little camp out, and you can properly introduce yourself to us. Maybe even tell a real joke or two.
Aww. The man emits a nervous little laugh and ducks his head. The prospect must not be enticing to him. With the stranger having pulled himself out of the conversation, Bemele looks seriously at me.
I'm sorry to put you in even more.
Stop.
Bemele shakes his head, still smiling.
I don't begrudge you at all. In fact, I'm glad you did. All I want is for you to remember that goal. Each of us, together, on the island, and then on the other shore, safe. This isn't about what our job is, or where other people need us to be.
I nod in response. Bemele opens his mouth, then closes it. He swallows hard.
You two.
Oh, excuse me. I'm starting to get congested in my nose and throat. I'm surprised to hear his voice wavering slightly. He swallows again, then continues.
You two should look out for each other.
He takes a few steps back, as if to go, but his eyes don't leave mine. The guide's figure disappears, with only his lantern to lead the way. Bemele is finally forced to leave us behind and catch up with him. I watch him disappear into the fog, an odd feeling in the pit of my stomach. I cannot recall the last time I had difficulty seeing someone leave.
You should go after them.
I start, I almost forgot the man was there, standing right next to me. Now he looks at me with desperate eyes.
You don't need to do this.
But protect.
What?
I'd rather know you returned to them safe, and that you all had a chance to make it back together. The way they acted, having to go on without you, no one would feel that way for me. I'm not worth it.
Baby!
That's not.
I stop, unable to say the last word. Can I claim that he's wrong? This is the one thing he has seemed sure of, and I do not know him. Empty platitudes may be worse than nothing at all. He smirks at my mumbling reply. I'm caught off guard by the change. With only that it seems he's in his element.
It's true.
He continues to grin, more so to himself than me.
You lot certainly made a scene, huh? That's nice. Being loved and all.
Oh. He clarifies after I must have given an undesired reaction to the statement. I am so disconnected with myself, I am unsure if surprise appeared on my face, or if it was a lack of emotion that put him off.
I don't know exactly what kind of love it is you share, but there has to be a bond in that group of yours.
Broship. I gave him a nod. He laughs and then speaks quietly.
It doesn't matter. I could still try for the other shore. Go.
No. I'm staying with you. My certainty shocks him. I can tell immediately he has returned to his meeker self. The man starts to speak again, but I interrupt. Excuse me while I go blow my nose. Ah! It seems like no matter what I do, my nose will stay clogged. How unfortunate. My certainty shocks him. I can tell immediately he has returned to his meeker self. The man starts to speak again, but I interrupt.
We should start walking. That should be enough of a head start for them.
He hesitates a moment, but ultimately begins walking by my side. I'm relieved. I can never be quite sure what will come from this one. We move in silence. The man doesn't seem to want to speak anymore, but he keeps glancing at me, as if expecting something. Somehow, his odd behavior is comforting rather than disconcerting. Perhaps it's because he's more nervous about all this than I am. It's putting me at ease, making me feel more capable. I shouldn't allow myself to get comfortable, however. We're in a more dangerous position than ever. The whispering from the lake, so faint after Bamel's close call, now surges forth. It grows nigh unbearable, the creatures teeming below the surface. I dare not speculate on what has them so excited.
Have you a name?
The man chuckles drearily.
Barely.
don't really know what I am to take from that.
The time his laugh is more of a bark, quickly out and swallowed back up. Then he frowns.
Lou. Only 2 letters. So barely.
Oh.
I see. What are you doing out here without the guide?
Perhaps the question isn't appropriate to ask. After all, only the darkest of circumstances spurs someone to cross Sinalos. But this situation is very strange. I might even go as far as to say it's suspicious. I know that it's not fair, but I can't help it. Years spent anticipating danger have made me weary.
That's a good question. I'm not sure I know myself.
What does that mean? Is that some sort of joke too? Or do you genuinely not remember how you arrived where you are?
No, it wasn't a joke. Or, well, there is a point to it all.
Then his voice, already by nature light and airy, drops to a whisper.
But I don't know why I even tried. You'd think that I'd be able to call a spade already, right?
Also, apologies for bumping my mic. He looks up, noticing my gaze still leveled at him. Then he shrugs.
I'd rather not talk about it.
As what has become the norm, I don't fully understand what he means. But I can, at the least, guess that he's not very happy with himself at the present. And like it or not, he won't be sharing his real reasons with me.
What about you? What brings you out on this little adventure?
People. On the other side. People who need my help.
You have someone waiting on you? Then why are you risking yourself on me instead of worrying about what's going to happen to them?
Because you're a person who needs help. I feel my brows furrow from my speck of alarm. Is that really what he took from this? I survey his face with a flick of my eyes, but there is no mischievous gleam to his look now. He's serious. We hold eye contact for a moment, until yet again he stares down at the ground.
Sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. It just fell out somehow. I wasn't thinking.
I want to reassure him. I know they might seem like empty words to him, but he also seemed very surprised when I spoke up like, no, you're coming with us. You're important as well. His stare shoots back up at me, eyes wide.
Of course I'm going to be there for those counting on me. But you aren't nothing. I won't simply turn my back on you.
He smiles sadly, the kind of smile only someone who has experienced great hardship has. A smile I'm all too familiar with.
I probably have to disagree. Still, that's nice of you to say.
We may not know each other well, but you wanted us to go on without you for our own safety. You even tried to have a sense of humor about it. That counts for something.
My sentiment is far from grand, yet he becomes distinctly bashful all of a sudden, twitching his legs with each step. He hangs his head and mumbles his next phrase. Sadly, he seems unaccustomed to receiving praise. Same.
That's true. Thank you for staying back with me. It's kind of nice.
Oh,
No need to thank me.
I need to sneeze.
Oh, right. I can't even show gratitude correctly. Of course.
Pardon me, I need to blow my nose again. Back. I go to give him a look, but he's smiling. He looks less pitiful than usual. He almost seems content. Well, crossing Sinulos. How? Why?
It is not funny to make a joke out of thinking that way about yourself.
If you don't want people to say things like that, then you shouldn't reject their thanks. Either I did right by thanking you, or I did wrong.
Fine. You're welcome.
This time he lets out a real laugh, though a short one.
I'm glad.
He stretches his arms out in front of him and elongates his strides so he's walking a bit ahead of me. It sits wrong with me. He's relaxed and completely unguarded. He's even fine with distancing himself from the light and all the odd comments he has said so far. Then a thought strikes me. Maybe the reason he's so calm is that he doesn't care what happens to him. My heart plummets into my gut. I know that feeling. Hello, Skeevy! Where did that come from? I is confuzzled now. For a time, there is relative peace in the silence between us. Then Lou sighs heavily.
I never could have seen myself in a situation like this. It seems things really aren't over until they're over.
Did you think it was over?
He doesn't answer immediately. When he does, the reply is accompanied by him grasping himself, like he might fall apart if he lets go. Oh,
I did.
pat pat.
Thank you, Skeevy.
That would have been the normal outcome for his situation. Alone, lightless. I shouldn't have asked. I must have let a frown slip through because Lou smiles a non-smile. He stretches his hands behind his neck and gives a little chuckle.
Something really is wrong with me. Somehow, I feel lighter.
I have adopted you. You are under my protection now. Yes, yes. Alright, well, maybe this is good. If he's feeling better than he was, then perhaps his view of himself will improve.
I wonder who'll still be left standing when this is truly all over.
What?
Everyone will be.
We already lost someone, Kika. I'm sorry. I know that isn't the truth, but I cannot bring myself to say anything else. This is the group we have now, and I will not let him believe it is a lost cause.
You know that's not possible, don't you? Someone will go. You should focus on making sure it's someone else.
You don't seem to be concerned with self-preservation.
Relatable. That came out more hostile than I had expected. He doesn't mind it.
True, but it's not the same for me.
I still don't know how I'm supposed to interact with a person like him. Making conversation is already not a strength I possess. Regardless, Lou echoing that statement. Oh, Sentiment was not something I had expected. The whispers from the lake, which had already grown, now speak faster and clearer. The individual words are almost audible. I'd likely be able to make them out if I knew the Nyx language. For a split second, I wish I did. The light in the distance still drifts along in the same manner as it did when we first started walking, which I take it to mean the path hasn't turned so far. Hopefully that means we're still on the right path. But the light, it got brighter? It's strong enough that I have to glance away for a second, and the next time I look, the light has grown. The bridge is on fire! I grab Lou's arm without thinking. He's standing there stiff, staring at the glow, eyes dull.
We're going to run.
To hell with the guide's order. If we don't go now, we will never go anywhere again. Lou doesn't respond. I give his arm a small tug, and he appears to come to himself when he nods at me. I make the decision, then, that I won't let go of his arm. I don't know what'll happen to him if I do. We take off, the heat growing with each step. The dankness of the bridge means the fire is spreading slowly, but it makes me question how it began in the first place. There is no end to how wrong this place is. It takes 20 paces before the air around us ripples. Then it starts folding onto itself. The thick smoke pours over us, stinging us like scorpions in my eyes. I cover my mouth with my free arm to keep breathing, and soon we're at the fire itself. The bridge lurches beneath us as the beams supporting it are starting to give way to the thousands of flying sparks. Lou stumbles and pulls against me for support, but we keep our ground. I start pulling him through the blaze. We don't have time to gather our bearings. Who knows how long we have until the bridge collapses or is devoured by flames. We continue weaving across the bridges, shielding ourselves from the heat. I can see a faint figure in the distance through the smoke, and as we draw closer, I realize it's Bellarmé coming our way. I press on to meet him, towing Lou alongside me. Bellarmé is absolutely beaming when he notices us, and I can't help but match the look of relief on his face as I approach him.
What happened?
I take a moment to steady my breathing. After getting the most pressing question on my mind out.
A group of prowlers were in our path. His solution to that was throwing an open flame at the damned monsters. He knew he'd be setting this entire place ablaze. It didn't matter.
Did the guide leave you behind? Is he gone?
I begin tersely at first, but as I speak, I can't help the worry leaking into my voice.
The guide is not a man you need to worry about out here. I chose to stay back. There was plenty of light to go around thanks to him.
I balk at him.
That is not a plan, Bellarmé. You need a lantern to make it. What if we didn't find each other? Do you realize how easily you could have gotten yourself killed?
The statement comes out shrilly as I clench my fists in frustration. Bellarmé mirrors my anger as he barks back at me.
I've seen what happens to those left to catch up, Kika. They don't. I wasn't going to keep running this time and leave you behind.
Swallowing my retort, I close my mouth and I look at him solemnly. After a moment, I sigh. This isn't the time for a discussion. And after what Margaret went through, I can't blame him for the conclusion he came to. Suddenly, the bridges began to quake once more beneath our feet.
We need to leave. Which way did the guide go?
I don't know for sure, though he went off in that direction. The fog overtook him, but I didn't see him turn.
That will work. Lou?
I look around for him, realizing he's not with me any longer. At some point, I let go of his arm. He's standing to the side, gaze glazed, transfixed on the darkness. I step forward and yank him back to my side.
What are you doing?
He flinches at the unexpected contact and looks attentively at me, but he doesn't offer an explanation.
I'm sorry.
That is all he ever says. I let go of him.
Both of you stay close. We are not going to separate again.
We keep down the path, the flames still gradually gnawing on the planks behind us. The guide doesn't turn up, nor do any signs of him, but we push on. We will not stop moving. Then we do. The bridge comes to a dead end. Of rotted out boards collapse into the lake. For a moment our breathing stops at once. If this was the way that led to the island, then... I flip back to the face of the others, my expression unaffected. I'm not going to allow panic to sap this group of judgment.
Let's look for another bridge.
I resolutely begin retracing our path. The others follow without protest. Our regression is silent except for our footfalls and the snapping of soggy wood attempting to burn. We frequently have to step over smoldering sections trying to come alight. At one point, we even have to walk one at a time, sideways, to avoid wildly flickering small fire billowing out black smoke. Just as my spirit is beginning to dim, we come across different directions to take. Among all forks, there's only two that aren't collapsed or too consumed by fire to risk following.
We're going to have to pick one.
Bamele sounds uncharacteristically doubtful of himself. Lou's gaze is flickering down either path. There's a palpable sense of anxiety coming from him.
Ah, my nose is stuffy. I'm sorry.
I need to blow my nose again. Pardon me once again. Lou's gaze is flickering down either path. There's a palpable sense of anxiety coming from him.
I don't know. I don't know which way.
It's alright.
But it's not alright. We have to have something to go off of. Anything at all. A cold sweat trickles its way down my back. Before anyone tries to randomly choose, a noise catches my attention. I hastily address the two.
Did you hear that?
A whistle.
It came from the right.
But do we trust it? Lou and I trade looks. This could be the signal we need. But what if it isn't?
Do those monsters know how to whistle?
Yeah, do they?
I don't know. It seems unlikely. The air isn't pleasant to them. They're underwater creatures.
We should go right, I think, to where the sound came from.
I trust Lou. I'm a little surprised Lou is offering his own opinion. It is good to hear, however. I take a deep breath.
I agree. There's more of a chance the whistle was a sign for good over ill.
Our choice decided, we move as one down the right path, no longer hesitating. Oh, we don't get a choice. Okay. As we follow the bridge down, there is no sign of the end. There is no need to debate between directions again. We start to outpace the fire, one danger thankfully fading away, but the night continues to lighten regardless. I glance at the sky and realize what's happening. The sun is rising. The bridges will sink into the water as the darkness disappears and takes us with them. We'll be lost. It suddenly seems pointless. We don't even know whether we've gone the right way, and we still haven't caught up to the guide. We can't outswim the Nixie, and we can't outrun the dawn. We're going to run out of time. Yet we keep moving forward. And finally our perseverance is rewarded. The silhouette of an island rises in the distance. The island grows rapidly larger, and soon the sense of the earth and trees reach us. In spite of all the horrors of this night, a dock emerges from the fog before us, welcoming us to safety. Oh, sorry, Luck. I'm sorry. We reach the shore. I don't believe it until I've stepped off the wood and my boot sinks into the sand. I walk further inland like a corpse. My sole instinct is to flee from the waterline. My hazy eyes single in on something ahead. The guide stands on an outcropping in the distance, watching like a sentinel. He doesn't even come to greet us. I stare at him for a moment, not even able to feel alarmed at my own lack of feelings about the situation. He uses his staff to gesture to the forest behind him before disappearing between the trees. I can only assume he must be asking me to follow. The guide takes us further inland, more towards the center. There's a view of the coastline from here, but we're also partly obscured by a few trees.
It's time to sleep.
No one has the energy to argue with him at this moment. I find a place as comfortable as one could ask for in a location like this, next to one of the trees further out, and lay down, trying to block out my thoughts. Honestly, like what the guide said, yeah. It do be time to sleep. But yeah. We'll end it here for now. Shame that we couldn't continue to another ending, but it is getting quite late. But yes. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And yeah. This has been Fran the Fern. I hope that you all I am forgetting how to speak. I hope that all of you take care. How do I say endings again? I hope all of you have a wonderful day, night, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are, and yeah. Good night. Thank you, Luck. I wish the same to you. I hope you're not hungover from last night. But yeah, apologies about the ads and how I'm a lot quieter. Good night, Mozzie. Good night, Luck. I'm glad. Nighty night. That is true. Fun fact, ads actually are a lot louder than most media because to grab the person's attention. Fun facts. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. And I have the big eepee. So yes, good night everyone. Thank you so much for coming. And that's it from me. Boop.